So this video is going to be why I have no patience for people who eat animals and animal products. And I just been like dealing with some shit lately, and I'm just like, I'm upset about things. So I have friends, obviously, who eat meat and who eat animal products. I have some vegetarian friends, but they just half-ass it, you know. So I'm really upset at like people who eat meat, and then also like the vegans who like try to defend them. I'm like, what are you doing? So I was upset the other day because a friend of mine had said something along the lines of, well, I don't really feel bad about eating blank, like insert chicken, fish, eggs, whatever you want to say, like insert that there. Like that's what she said. She said, I don't really feel bad about eating this animal product. And that really upset me because it's hard for me to have someone that I care about and that I'm friends with to say something like that. That kind of just hit me in the chest really hard about, you know, totally just knocking something that I am absolutely very passionate about, and just, I don't know, it hurt me in like a weird way. And I just don't want to be friends with people who eat meat, and I don't understand like why that's such like a shocking thing for non-vegans to hear. Because it's like, it started out as like, first I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna date anyone who's like not a vegan or vegetarian because I don't want to be like kissing someone who's eating corpses. Like, no, that's gross. Absolutely not. So it turned like at first, and that was like really shocking because it was like, what, you don't even want to date someone? Like, what if they're really nice and blah blah blah? I'm like, well, yeah, if they were really nice and they were really a good person, they would be vegan. Like, it's not a difficult connection to make. So now I'm starting to get like fed up with people who like eat meat and like the vegans who try to defend them. So I made a post on Instagram saying how like I kind of needed some support, and I got like a message, and like I sent a message to someone, and they were just kind of like, well, you know, I have friends who eat meat too, and I just kind of have to respect their opinions and just, you know, let it be and try not to get too upset and, you know, all this stuff. But the thing is that I cannot respect the opinion of someone who eats meat, because if I respect their opinion, you know, because their argument, like literally, if you're defending eating meat, you're defending murder, you're defending rape, you're defending torture, you're defending enslavement, you're defending the suffering of non-human beings, and that, to me, is fucked up. Like, if you think me not wanting to be friends with someone who eats meat is fucked up, like, defending people who want to eat meat and, like, their practices, like, that's pretty fucked up to me, because those are all the terrible things that they're defending. And I'm not okay with that. Like, and I don't want to be friends with someone who, like, doesn't have the same values as me, who doesn't have the same morals or the same ethics as me. Like, because if we're not on the same level, like, you know, like I'm up here on this vibration and you're, like, down here on this vibration, like, there's no way for us to, like, meet in the middle, because I'm gonna have to come down. Like, I'm gonna have to bring myself down to your level. And that's just not gonna happen. I cannot do that. And once you've been vegan for like a certain amount of time, you work your way up to this level of like where I feel like I'm at and like where I feel like everybody else is, and it's kind of like looking down from a cliff. Like, it's like, whoa, there's no way I'm going back there, because you're like looking down, and it's like, it's looking down a cliff. Like, who wants to go down a cliff? Because that's what I feel like I'm doing. And maybe that makes me selfish, or I don't know, whatever word you want to use to describe me, to make me look like a terrible human being. Like, that's fine, I don't care. But I'm just getting to the point where it's like, if I'm friends with you and we have like a connection, you know, that like that friendship, like I want us to be on the same level. I want us to understand each other, and I want us to have that respect for each other. But you have to understand that it's impossible for me to respect someone who is killing my friends, essentially. And that's why, like, I get so worked up about this, and it makes me so sad. Because it's like, yes, you're a nice person and we get along great, but at the same time, I can't, like, be friends with someone who is cool with sitting down to eat dinner and eat a steak and, like, not make that connection. And the thing is, like, I'm not trying to turn everyone vegan. I'm just trying to get people to understand where I'm coming from and to respect me, because I feel like I'm much more sensitive about a lot of things than meat eaters are, essentially. And that's what I'm saying, is like, when you come in, like, into my life and we make a connection and we're friends, and then you say something like, well, I don't feel bad about eating this animal, or I don't really think, you know, whatever. Like, when you say something like that, that hurts me a lot, because I spend so much of my time and my effort, you know, defending the animals, because they don't have a voice. Like, if a cow or a chicken heard you say that, they'd probably slap you across the face or peck at your toes or kick you. I don't know, whatever a cow would do if he understood what you just said. But they don't have a voice. So it's up to me to have to be their voice and to kind of stand up to people who say stuff like that and be like, hey, that's not okay. You're hurting my feelings. You're physically hurting the animals. What you're doing is not okay. And that's what I want people to do, is to make that connection. So, like, I'm totally cool with, like, being friends with people who want to learn more about veganism, or maybe are vegetarians working their way to veganism. Like, I'm all about that. I'm like, cool, let me help you. Like, if you got any questions, I'll answer them, whatever. But it's like, I understand that I'm going to have to be in contact with people who don't see things the same way that I do. And so I have to learn to, like, deal with that. Like, I work at a place where we serve chicken, and I have to cut up the chicken, and I have to cut up the fish, and I have to serve it to people who order it, because that's my job. I get paid to do that. So I understand, like, there's no way to escape it completely unless I become a hermit or something and live on my own, away from the real world. But obviously that's not going to happen. You know, I can't do that. So I understand that I'm going to have to be around that kind of thing. But on people that, on that level, on the people that I have that really close connection with, like, we have to be on the same level. And that's basically, like, what it comes down to, is that I can't make a deep connected friendship with someone who is essentially asleep. They're not awakened to this idea of, hey, torturing animals is bad. Maybe we should stop doing that and eat some rice and some oatmeal. You know what I mean? So I forgot what I just said. So yeah, it's like, I just need, when it comes to, like, that deep of a connection, is when I'm going to need someone who thinks about things the same way as me. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who eats meat is, like, bad, because I'm sure that's not true, but essentially, you're kind of a shitty person if you eat animals, and that, like, that's all I have to say. You're a shitty person if you eat animals, and I really don't want to be friends with you, and I don't want to be in a romantic relationship with you. And that's basically what it comes down to. So yeah, thanks for listening to me vent for a whole 8 minutes now, but that is hopefully the end of this rant video. So yeah, if you are a vegan like me and you have had this problem, or you have had these thoughts, let me know, because I feel like I'm kind of alone in all of this, because all the other vegans that just try to respect, you know, the opinions of the meat eater. So if you don't respect the opinions of the meat eater, let me know, so that I don't feel so alone. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.